Asian Playsian.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Oh,
So it's me playing today.
so it's kind of like a, I don't know, like a laid back playthrough. Not like none of our playthroughs are very like stressful or anything, but you know, this one doesn't really have like a time limit like we usually do. Our videos are usually in like 20-minute parts, right?
It's effectively like one of our one-offs.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like a chill playthrough today.
I've got ice cream.
Yeah, you do. You do have ice cream. We're playing Abzu today.
I don't know anything about the game.
I don't think there's a whole lot to know.
Yeah, it's just a really chill game with pretty stuff. That's it.
Yeah, I've never cared much for games. Jesus!
God.
The shift. I've never super cared much for games like that. It's like I like having a purpose, like a clear, defined purpose.
Did you like Journey?
I didn't play Journey.
Did you like the idea of Journey then? I don't know.
It looked alright.
I like fish, so that's why I like this game. It's pretty simple.
Am I in control?
Yeah,
Press to dive.
R2.
Oh, I didn't see it highlighted. And so it begins.
Mine's
Yes, you can. Yeah.
How's everyone doing today?
What is an Abzu?
So yeah.
There we go.
I know how to play this game, so I'm just watching.
Are you just silently judging?
No. But yeah. I don't know.
Anybody want to talk about anything? You want to talk about how bad anime is?
It's three.
Start a fight with the community right now.
It's 3 in the morning when we're recording.
Man, I'm always down to complain about stuff.
What do you want to complain about?
I don't know, nothing in particular, unless we have a topic we want to complain about in particular.
Because you just said like you're always down to complain about stuff. So is there anything in particular that's on your mind?
Well, now that the topic of anime has been brought up, I'm down to complain about sword art.
Like everyone else.
Because it just seems like a lot of people just fucking love sword art.
Well, not anymore. I think the community kind of killed that like love.
Good. Because it's a terrible, terrible manga, show, light novel, and you're terrible if you like it.
I always forget that you don't know the community that well, Patrick.
It's true.
Like, yeah, Sarah
I'm
and
very
I.
disconnected from it.
Yeah, Sarah and I actually follow the community a little bit. Me a little bit more so.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, Sarah, you watch Good, and that's it.
Sometimes I watch Mother's Basement.
Yeah. The rated #1 worst anime review on top10.com.
Good.
The worst anime review.
He always brings that up like every time. Like, and I think I have the authority to talk about this because I'm voted #1 on the. Which is surprising that like he's #1 to me. Because I don't
Not
think
Digibro.
not Digi because so now we're starting a fight with the anime community.
Here we go.
I'm not saying that like I don't like Digibro. I'm just saying that a lot of people don't like Digibro for some reason.
I think Digital Bro would agree with what I'm about to say. Like his opinions are kind of aggressive.
Yeah, that's true. I don't like dislike Digibro. I watch his videos.
Yeah, I quite like his videos.
Yeah.
He's a very he sees things that a lot of people don't see, and like I like his point of view. But he's also one of those people that like
Oh, excuse me.
this show is really bad, and like you can like it, but
It's bad for liking it.
yeah, but he would do that for shows that like a lot of people like. And then there's also that one time where he started a fight with some anime a lot of the anime community YouTubers. Because like I don't know if it was a joke or not, because I remember going to his panel for Crunchyroll Expo.
Oh, yeah, I remember talking about that.
And he said he doesn't remember saying it, but he was like, yeah, I probably said something like that. Where at the end of the video, and he's like, because I'm like the best anime YouTuber, and like,
It's like, yeah, probably, that sounds like me.
and he straight up said like, because no one's making as good as content as I am.
God damn. Confidence is real.
But it's not like his videos are wrong. Is what I'm saying. It's like, it's you know what's a good comparison? It's like what people do with Sword Art, where when people don't like something, what ends up happening is they don't like a part of the series, and because they don't like that part of the series kind of collapses within itself.
No.
You know what I mean? So like for you, like the MMO part and how it's completely wrong.
The reason why I hate it just kind of layers it in a blanket of shit.
Where am I supposed to go?
Look at the
Around.
Look at the door. Go back. The entrance right there.
And ramming speed.
Let's go up to it.
Ramming speed. Ow.
Anyways, but like when you the anime collapses in and stuff because it's not structured that well. It's a problem. So let's say like you have a problem with the characters. Because you have a problem with the characters, like the motivation seems weird, and because motivation seems weird, like the actions doesn't make sense, and because the actions doesn't make sense, and yada yada. For you, it would be like the MMO doesn't make sense because the MMO doesn't make sense. The plot doesn't make sense because the plot doesn't make sense.
Nothing makes sense.
Yeah, because that's a pretty big problem with Sword Art, where like the people who like it is because they I won't say like they ignore the problems, but it doesn't bother them as much.
Yeah, because they don't know. One of my classmates likes Sword Art, and like when they said that, I was just like, oh no! Like I did that audibly when they said they liked it. Oh no! Why?
When people come up to me and they're like, and I ask them, oh, like, what kind of anime do you like? And they're like, I like Sword Art. I'm like, oh,
It's okay to like bad things.
okay. Like, cause
for me, it just tells how much anime they actually watch,
or
how
like
much-
Alan.
where he knows it's all trash.
He
knows it's
openly
bad.
admits it's terrible, but he likes it anyway.
And that's fine. You know,
Like I say it sarcastically and serious all the time. It's okay to like bad things.
yeah, it's
But-
okay to like stuff that's not good.
But I think Alan's I'm not gonna say he's a unique case, but I think his case for Sword Art is interesting because he really likes those isekai wish fulfillment series.
I mean, the
true.
concept of isekai is pretty cool, but
Well, it doesn't really just have to be isekai. He really
Yeah.
likes wish fulfillment series because it's either he likes how cool some of the stuff is, or like he just. I don't want to say because I don't know him. I don't know his thought process on it, so I don't want to say like he wants to be the protagonist. But like I get it in terms of like.
Yeah, sorry.
But I get it in terms of like liking that wish fulfillment. Like the plot doesn't need to make sense, the character doesn't need to make sense, but to get those cool things and the catharsis and stuff like that, kind of like when I talk about Gate and Overlord, where it's like it's catharsis the anime because it's
Dude,
just
it's
like
amazing.
overpowering everything.
it's so beautiful.
Like it doesn't need to be that good, but because of that part, like it's so fun and enjoyable.
Yeah, it is.
What were you trying to say, Sarah?
I think he just likes it for the universe and not really like the, you know, because he likes those fantasy type of stories.
He does, but I'm also talking about the broader sense because he also likes other stories that's not really fantasy, but it's pretty wish fulfillment, like Prince of Tennis.
I have not seen any Prince of Tennis, save for like small clips.
I guess so. I wouldn't necessarily say that Prince of Tennis is a wish fulfillment series.
It's pretty wish fulfillment because Ryoma is just like the perfect tennis player.
I guess so. I don't know. I haven't really watched it in a while. I'm supposed to go in the middle, by the way. Yeah, there's that big glowy thing in the middle. You know.
Hey, he's exploring at his own pace,
Yeah,
alright?
that's true. You can do that. I'm just saying.
I don't know. I don't know if I can rely on your guidance, sir. You've guided me wrong in Okami.
Okay. I have played that game a lot, so.
And you still guided me wrong.
Yeah.
Whoa.
When you've played the game so many times that like things start kind of like
Just blurring together.
Because you walk through the same like
That's a good point.
parts of the village, and it looks the same. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anime is weird for me. I think it's a little bit weirder for you, Sarah, because you're kind of falling out of it sometimes.
Yeah. There's not a lot of things that I like to watch anymore because I don't really like the direction that anime was going in for a while.
In what respect?
I just got bored. Like everything was about like cute girls doing cute things,
That's
or
true.
like isekais, or like
Also true.
you know, I just didn't
there was a
care
sudden
about
surgence of
that.
isekais.
Well,
Sword Art was so
Yeah.
popular.
no, here's the thing. Like, I remember talking about this with Sarah, where she asked me what the golden age of anime was, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I asked her like, do you mean the golden age as in what I think it is objectively, or what I think it is personally? I think personally, everyone has a different answer.
That's what I was thinking.
But I think objectively, there can be a couple answers. That's what I think. Like which time had like the best series coming out,
Mhm.
and when has anime been like the best looking, or all that stuff.
Sorry, that door. A little trypophobic.
So I was telling her because she likes a lot of anime from the 90s and 80s.
Mhm.
Is that right?
Yeah, I like the look of it.
Yeah.
I like even the character designs. Like, you know, people make fun of like, oh, you know, characters from that time, like it's like so, you know, generic. You know, when you think of an anime character, it's like the big
I don't
eyes,
know.
the colorful hair.
I was
don't
gonna
know.
say
It's
that-
super generic now.
I was gonna say I wouldn't say exclusively back then was generic, because even now it's crazy generic.
I think, but people think of like the Tenchi Muyo, like character
Mhm.
designs, where like the eyes are huge and like, you know, it's got like those.
It's its own kind of stereotype of anime art.
Yeah, and I like that kind of art, like the Ranma art. That's like the Rumiko Takahashi art. Any art that kind of looks like it was from that time period, I really like. But I also like the nitty gritty kind of stuff, like the experimentation of like the 80s and the 90s.
Mm.
So
Yeah, because that's what I'll bring up. Because I think
and
I'm not gonna say objectively,
Oh shit!
but I think what I personally think the golden age of anime is. I don't know how to put the words because it's not like my personal like taste
Mm-hmm.
of anime, but like what I think was the best time for anime was probably late 80s, early 90s, because that's the time when anime was pretty accessible at least in Japan, and everything was like super creative, and like no one entirely knew what they're doing. It was still a product, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't like everybody everybody knows what would sell. Kind of like these days, where like everything's the light novel adaptation and
Oh,
everything's a
God.
manga adaptation. And it's even some of the original series are like, oh, here's a generic drama, and here's like, here's a fantasy anime or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But while like in the 80s and 90s, although like there was some like the typical stuff like, oh, here's like the fan service edgy, the blood and gore stuff, it seemed during that time, it was more like passion projects during that time.
Mm.
And I'm not gonna say educated. I'm not diverse enough in the anime scene to know like specific creators and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I can't actually drop names right now. But it was like a lot of anime during that time. It felt like these are their creations, as opposed to like what it is now,
Mm.
where it feels like sure is like the light novel guy made it and like everything like that, and like we know a lot of directors these days, stuff like that, but it doesn't feel like it's one person's passion
Mm.
sometimes. I think a good example of that is a good example of what's really wrong with anime these days is Knights and Magic.
Knights possessive and magic.
Or at least in recent memory. Because that's a light novel adaptation. And it's written by one person, at least I think. I have not done a lot of research on it.
Mm-hmm.
And like a whole studio made it and everything like that. But it doesn't feel like someone made it like as part of their passion. It really feels like a product.
Mm.
Because especially the anime, like the light novel might be different because of the. Am I just going in circles?
No, I mean you're supposed to touch. I think you're supposed to touch
Oh.
those fish.
Because you put me up, you're pushing me away from them.
Well, I didn't know if it was hurting or not.
Okay, so, anyways, but it really feels like, they're trying to sell, like, just straight up DVDs, or like they're trying to sell just straight up, they're trying to just get views from this specific crowd.
Mm.
Which is like it's a case for like all anime at a certain point.
Yeah.
Like even at the 80s, 90s, we're like, oh, we're trying to pander to people who like blood, gore, and action crowd and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Or the group that just wants to see sexy anime ladies. But it feels like it had more depth with the time. I think it's also a problem with like inflation with anime.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's very few anime coming out during that time compared to today. Where like it could be like tens, like a 10 anime per season back in the day, or like like up to maybe 20. While these days like up to like 40 anime can come out in one season.
And everything gets greenlit.
Yeah, and everything is
Shit,
green.
though.
I remember back in the day when like a season 2 was like unheard of sometimes.
Damn.
Like season 2 of Fruits Basket, like I didn't even like when the first part of the series came out. I'm like, no way is this gonna get a second season. Like
I never thought like Mushishi will get like more than one season. I never thought like
Natsume Eugene show. I never thought it would get more than one season,
and
more
like
than two. And then it
Kino's
got,
Journey. I never thought it would get another season. Technically, it actually still hasn't, because the reboot covers a lot from the first season.
Oh, I see.
Like a lot. There's very few new episodes of it. Like I guess if anybody's who's actually watching this and more diverse with anime, or not diverse, is more knowledgeable about the history of anime than I am, and disagrees or even agrees with me, comment, make a video response. I'll read it straight up.
Dude,
I'll
if
read
there's a
it.
video response, that's astounding.
No, like I'll honestly read it because I would love to know more. Oh, there's any. Like I'll love to know more, because I think that's one part I'm really weak on when it comes to like analyzing anime.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the history.
The history and a lot of the context and direction. Because we mentioned it before, we were in the film program, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've
So
talked on it.
we talked about it for a bit. Oh, is it bringing me to where it is?
It's telling you you're taking too long. Trying to find this thing.
Oh, I'm talking. I'm not really paying attention to this. I told you just chill. I have goals. I thought I was just about to explore. But
I mean, you still can explore. I'm just saying. There's other stuff to do.
yeah, like I think I'm pretty decent when it comes to like analyzing and like
Sit on her.
knowing like all about framing and like
Yeah, I feel
directions
that.
and all that stuff. Like I think I'm pretty good at stuff like that. But when it comes to like the history and a lot of like personal creative context,
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty lost on me. So if, like. So let's say I'm completely wrong about Knights of Magic, and that's really like a passion project because of all like the
It's like
references.
the one guy was just like, but I worked so hard on the anime. I mean,
Well, no,
damn it. No.
that's fine. If that's true, then your anime is made purely for your fans,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's fine. I don't know if that sold well, but I think that's fine. But more of it didn't come across that way the anime. It came across as a product of selling figures of robots, of getting this wish fulfillment
Emperor
of like
Anglefish. Oh me.
and like especially the fact
Was
that
it
it's isekai.
I couldn't see.
Yeah, especially the fact that it's isekai.
It's totally
it doesn't.
Angel, sorry.
It's not really an isekai series, really, because it never comes up that he's from another world, except for like a couple scenes where it's like, "Oh, I remember something from my passport." And that's it.
Huh.
It never really comes up. You can. It can literally be a series about this kid who has a fascination with robots, and nothing changes. You cut out all the stuff from him being in Japan, nothing changes.
Huh.
Am I supposed to be here, Sarah?
I think you can cut away from this, can't you?
It's just looking at pretty things.
Okay. I didn't know if like this is something I'm supposed to.
No, I'm just saying you can sit on there.
We could basically talk over that. It would be like a screensaver.
I know, yeah. Yeah, I can't talk too much about the history of anime because I don't know. Like, even when I was...
You never got too deep into it.
Yeah, when I first started watching anime, I didn't watch a whole lot, and I wasn't even super into it either. Like, I was super casual back then. Like, the very first one was because of my sister. We were watching Sailor Moon. Rather, she was watching Sailor Moon, and I happened to be there. And then after that, I think I caught some glimpse of Cardcaptor Sakura, and then...
What's a benchmark anime for your first animes?
Because it was my sister!
At that time, it was just called Card Captors.
Oh,
Yeah.
was it? Okay, I didn't know.
It was the English release was just called Card Captors.
Then I got
It was a
some-
mystic adventure, a quest for all time.
Whoa.
Where is this one?
And I got some Dragon Ball in there. That's when I started seeing some shonen. It was all like just the big stuff. Like Dragon Ball, Bleach, Naruto, One Piece. Well, excuse me for being a little babu.
That's fine.
And then any
we all
any
start
anime that I
somewhere.
learned of came from either my sister or Adult Swim,
Ah, the good old days.
right?
The Toonami and Adult Swim. Oh.
Yeah. And yeah, I didn't know a lot of I didn't know a lot of I guess obscure, like to American audiences. I didn't know a lot of obscure anime because they didn't get dubbed.
Ah.
Can't you go faster?
Yeah.
And it
I
wasn't
think I was supposed to time it.
wasn't until high school that I started watching way more anime than I did before. And even then, so I didn't watch a whole lot of different anime. And even now, I only watch anime that you guys recommend me.
Yeah, well. I mean, right now, I can't really recommend a whole lot. I'm watching stuff this season because when we were at SAC Anime, I was complaining to Kevin because we're sitting there in line,
Oh yeah.
and I was like, I don't even know if I like anime anymore. Like, I'm sitting here, and I only watched maybe one thing last season. Or last year. Like, I can't think of that many things that I watched in 2017. Like, I think I watched Heart of My Hero.
No, because you didn't watch season 2.
How dare you?
I watched like a little bit of it. But I didn't watch, that's what I'm saying, I only watched a little bit because I already know what's happening.
Yeah,
That's
you
fair.
read the manga.
So there's
I
no...
don't read manga. I don't got patience for that.
I only saw like the parts I wanted to see. Like the fight scenes that I wanted to see and like...
See
stuff
how
like
it was
that.
translated to screen.
Yeah, other than that, I watched like Kobayashi's Maid Dragon or whatever.
Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
Yeah, and that one was pretty good. I enjoyed that one.
That was a surprising thing.
So I thought it was gonna be Garbo, but it was actually not too bad.
Sorry, she just phased right through a whale.
I'm a ghost.
I'm not real.
I don't actually know what else I really enjoyed in 2017.
I didn't watch a whole lot of anime in 2017.
I just didn't care about anything. I'm like, this is so like vapid and like generic. Oh, I watched Made in Abyss recently.
Not in 2017,
Not
but
in
recently.
2017, yes. In 2018, I watched Made in Abyss. I just finished it.
We can't talk about that and start a fight with the anime community.
Because I heard that it's, like Crunchyroll's doing their anime of the year or whatever, or, their anime awards, so I watched it, because everybody's like, Made in Abyss is so good, anime of the year, Made in Abyss, I love it so much. So I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. And my friends like it too, so they're like, oh, you should totally watch Made in Abyss, because it's pretty good. And I'm like, okay.
I think I only told you to watch it only because, like, I told you probably wouldn't like it, but I told you to watch it because of how, just to see what people like about it. Because I remember when I watched it, and at the end, I thought it wasn't that good. And it wasn't even that hyped for me. I think, because when I watched it from Digibro's video with Best Guy Ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I just followed along with it. And I somewhat rewatched it recently, and I still don't think it's that great. But even like following along without that much hype, because I didn't realize that like it got like a sudden traction of hype when the episodes started coming out. It like it never got too hyped for me, and I still didn't like it that much, which was surprising.
I didn't even watch any of the movies that were hyped up this year, like Kimi no Nawa and like
Silent
I thought you did.
Boys.
You hadn't seen any of them?
I hadn't seen any of them either.
I mean, I haven't either because I have literally zero interest. But
I mean, I had no interest in them either, and I was afraid by the time that I would watch it, I'd be so like jaded by everybody's opinion.
oh,
of the
I just
movie.
didn't care to watch.
I don't know. I'm very
Very
hipster like that. Like if I hear that something is super hyped, I get super disappointed because I'm like, now I'm gonna feel like it's hyped up for me, and that's like nobody's fault but my own.
I don't know if it's hipster. Like, I think to some extent it is, but I think it's because you've been burned like a few too many times.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I've had like, I can't think of like anime of recent times. Aldino Zero really messed me up. I'm just like, that was so good. Season 1 was so good, and Season 2 was garbage.
In all honesty, I'll probably still recommend I Don't Know Zero Season 1, and just ignore Season 2 ever
just
existed.
just don't even...
I haven't been burned by anime like that, so I don't know.
Well, it's because it's not because you're casual. It's because that you only watch stuff that we have recommended you, or stuff that
I am personally interested in.
you are personally interested in.
Yeah.
You don't take absolute risk like I do and watch almost everything in the season.
Because I got way too much stuff I want to play and watch as it is, so I can't just pick up stuff at random.
Like I feel that, because when I watch anime, I watch, especially stuff I know I probably wouldn't like. I watch it while I do something else.
Oh, for me, it's like if I'm gonna watch something, I gotta devote my attention to it. Unless it's in dubbed, but I almost never watch anime dubbed.
See, I feel that because there's other things I also want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm gonna spend, and I have to marathon it, right?
I mean, I don't have to marathon it, but
Sarah personally has to, because she'll lose interest in that.
Yeah.
damn, sir.
I get really bored. So if like when we were watching Made in Abyss, there's points in the series where they're cooking, and I skipped right through them. And I'm like, what does this have to do with anything? Like
It's world building, Sarah.
it's world building, but like I don't know. Really, does it matter? Like
I know, because it gives context.
but it
later
doesn't
on in the
explain
series.
anything about the abyss. Like the whole point of Made in Abyss is to try to figure out what is happening in the abyss. And talking about the creatures is cool. But like, is this a food thing? Like, why do they spend so much time on how to prepare creatures in the abyss? Like, why does that matter? Why wouldn't we want to learn about how the creatures in the abyss, like how they function? Like, I don't know why they spend so much time preparing creatures in the abyss. Like, it's not even like applicable to real life. Like, I don't understand.
Damn, that's the gripe. It's not applicable to real
Well, we have
life.
several gripes with the series.
I know.
Okay.
I'm just saying that I don't think that's the fact that that's not what they should focus on. Like, I think that's a cool tidbit to have, like, as an omake or something, like, as an extra. But to put so much emphasis on it during the series, it's only a 13-episode series, and to put so much time into that part I don't think is worth it.
To put in perspective,
I mean,
what
I
she's-
get it.
but put in perspective, like you get in the series, they talk about cooking. I think a total of 4 times.
They bring up different recipes because I don't know.
They're in
Rico
different
can cook.
areas, and like Rico can cook, yeah. So they talk about cooking at least 4 times. But the thing is, we don't really see a lot of stuff that they actually cook.
They just kill it and then they cook it.
Yeah, we don't learn about like the biology of the creatures, which is like probably the more interesting part. They just straight up cook it. But the I'm not gonna say the series doesn't do like talk about the biology of creatures and everything like that, because that's where the show for me shines when they talk about the actual ecology of the abyss. But I think it only happens twice in the series.
Damn.
And a couple like more like subtle like here's a neato thing or like just a thing in the like a short shot, but it doesn't really show that they're building the world that much sometimes.